What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Tarun's Thoughts. My name is Tarun Shetty. These are my thoughts. Hope you guys are doing well. Thought I would make a vlog because I have nothing better to do with my life. I just got back from the Hollywood Improv, and I'm not trying to sound cool at all, but I wonder if you guys if anybody who watches my channel wonders, how come this guy never goes to the Improv or the Comedy Store or the Laugh Factory? Well, here's the truth. I'm afraid of going to these places. And here's why. Like, I got to LA in 2005, 2006, and my objective was to get on film and TV. Right? I was like, I'm gonna be on a show and a sitcom and a movie. And, I had some good auditions for TV shows and sitcoms. Never booked anything, honestly. So I was like, I'm just gonna make my own path. And I studied guys like Owen Wilson and Vin Diesel, guys who made their own films. And, I hunted down every Indian filmmaker who made their own film, from M. Night Shyamalan to Jay Chandrasekhar. Like guys did it. And I was like, well, I can do that too. And I made like Desi OC and Bobby Khan, and didn't really pan out the way I wanted it to. And, I didn't really put the time into the comedy clubs the way most comics do, because that's all they do is comedy. Like back then, nobody was making content the way I was doing it. I'm sorry, but they weren't. And I had help too. I had help with my Raising Desi crew, and they were helping me make stuff. But, back then it was all about hustling at the comedy clubs, which was an alternate route, which honestly, sometimes I'm like, man, how come I didn't do that instead? But you know what? I did the best I could in that moment of time. Got to today. I was like, Tarun, just go down to the Improv. You never go to any of these comedy clubs. Just go down to the Improv. Don't be an idiot. Even if I'm hanging out for 5 minutes by myself, just go. So I drive down there, and I'm thinking, can I even get into the comedy club? Does the door guy even know me? And thankfully, it was the same door guy from like 20 years ago. He was like, yeah, just go in. And I also knew the bartenders. But the bar area was totally empty. Everybody was in the main showroom. No comedians. So I went to the adjacent Improv club next door. Ran into one comedian who was kind of a hustler. I don't want to mention his name, but I talked to the door guy who was outside, and he was telling me, he goes, yeah, man, I work here, and I get the first 5 minutes of every show. And I was having flashbacks to when I worked at a comedy club like 25 years ago almost in New York, and I used to get the last spot of every show. And that's how you do it, But he was telling me, he goes, yeah, man, it's cool being on these shows with all these stars like Melissa Villaseñor and Theo Vaughn. And to me, like, these guys, I know they're legit, like, far up the ladder than where I am. But, like, I started with these guys probably before them in LA. So, like, I'm not intimidated by any of these dudes. I'm sorry, but I put in the work. I can hang with any of these guys on a showcase show. Headlining, I need a little bit more practice, but any show, like 10, 15 minutes, showcase, no problem, easy. But I told him, I was like, look, man, I was like, there's no difference between you and those comedians. They all came up at a certain point. I saw it happen. With my own eyes. And, I was kind of listening to myself speak, and I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm not done yet either. I've got some things moving. I got to talk about everything on this vlog. I got some things moving, and I was just like, you know what? I don't have to judge myself all the time. I don't have to beat myself up all the time. How come I'm not at the Laugh Factory? How come I'm not here? Like, I've made decisions in my life. In fact, moving to Florida to help my mom was probably the best decision I've ever made. So, I stand by what I did, and I'm proud of myself that I went to the Improv tonight, even if nobody really talked to me. It was a good night. I hope you guys have a great night. Thanks for watching. Take care.